Oh, finally. Hello. I can't hear you. I don't know. I can't hear you. I just see your gorgeous face. Can you hear me? Okay. Wait, let me see if my volume's up. Yeah, it's up. Okay. Because sometimes I have my volume down. So I was like, that could have been the problem. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. And I can't read lips. Ah. No, looks like you're singing. Cause your head's bobbing. No. Nothing. Did you get a new microphone? Oh, you're using. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Nope. And your Bluetooth's on for the microphone. I don't know. I'm acting like IT. No, are they? If you reconnect them to the base and then put them back out, will that help? Do you know what I mean? Like the charging base for your headphones. Like if you put it in and take it out. I don't know. Nope, because I didn't even hear you when you took them out. It didn't even change. Nope. No hello. What are you using, a computer or a
computer? Yeah? You hear me? This day has been a day. I don't know what that was. Whatever. It is what it is. It's a lot of drama. I may just start joining from my phone instead of joining from the laptop. I thought the laptop would be better because you got a better eye on your metrics and the people joining and can invite people to join and all these other great things. And nope, nothing. Just not doing good.
It's okay. It's okay. We're still learning. At least we were both ready at 7. Well, I was on my way to the room and all of a sudden my knee was like, where are you? I was like, what? Stop. It just felt weird. I guess I'm not doing leg day tonight. There are no squats for me. I'll just do arms. But it's all good. How's your week?
It is a weird one. So it's month end. So in my world, in the industry, things are a little bit crazy. That's when all the odd things come out, right? People trying to make loans work last minute, people trying to get loans in before their commission dates, people just trying to make things happen to prove themselves, which I totally respect, but it does bring out some of the more wonky situations. And then let me tell you about this. Speaking of wonky situations. So last week, you and I talked about I was traveling and I was in northern Nevada. And so when I was there, I decided that I was going to go to their gym, just to hit the gym. It was like 90 days. It was like the 90-day mark before we go to see Backstreet Boys at the Sphere in Las Vegas. So I was like, you know what, this would be a good time to start a new workout routine and just like get all confident and ready to go for Backstreet Boys, right? So I go to the gym and they have no cardio equipment. It's all machines, all machines and free weights, which is awesome. Can be a little intimidating, and I will admit I am normally someone who's a little more intimidated by the machines just because you never know what type of person you're going to be around when you're in the gym on a machine, right? Like I just get a little gym anxiety. So anyway, I do a quick Google, I read the machines, I kind of like stay in my own area so that way I have a little more confidence. I do a quick workout, I do some preacher curls, I do some leg extensions, I do a back extension, and then some abs, right? And my fiance is always really big about saying, like, you got to lift heavy. That's how you build big muscles is you lift heavy, right? So I was like, okay, let's go. I'm going to push it. I'm going to lift heavy. So I lifted as heavy as I could. Now, my heavy compared to like the bodybuilders of the world is not heavy, but I lifted heavy for me. I felt very good about my workout. I even filmed some content off of the Two Gals Pod channels, right? Was very happy, was very proud of myself, felt appropriately sore the following days after. So I get home and I have my annual doctor's appointment to, just do a checkup. How's your blood work? How are things going? It's, that time of year to check in with your doctor. So we have our normal blood work panel done. And I don't think anything of it, right? Because I'm not expecting anything crazy. I'm relatively healthy, whatever. The biggest thing I'm worried about is what does the scale say? And is this bruise on my back getting any bigger? Like those are the predominant things that I care about at my current age, right? So my blood work comes back and I always send my blood work off to my aunt just to like have her look at it because she's much more well-versed in understanding what all those numbers mean, right? So I send it off to her. I don't think of anything. She calls me a few hours later and she's like, can you tell me what this number is? Can you tell me what that number is? Can you tell me what it's historically been? So I was like, oh, maybe I should have paid attention. So we go down the rabbit hole and I tell her all of these things, whatever. And she was like, yeah, you need to check with your doctor on X, Y, and Z and just make sure that everything's okay, right? So at this point, I'm like, uh-oh, I've done something wrong, right? So these numbers that she's pointing out, they are basically numbers that correlate to your liver function. And these numbers are basically indicating that my liver may not be performing as normal, right? I'm like, what are you talking about, right? Like, I'm talking to this to myself, like what could possibly be wrong? I've pretty much given up drinking for the most part. I don't shame anyone who drinks, and I do enjoy drinking from time to time, but in my effort to lose weight, I gave up drinking because it was a quick source of calories and all of that stuff that I could work out of my system. So anyway, I ship a note off to my doctor. I'm like, hey, is everything okay or whatever? And my doctor's like, your numbers are concerning, like into the levels of potential level of liver failure. What's going on? Have you added new supplements? Did you work out hard? Whatever. And I was like, supplements have been the same for about a year. And I mean, I did work out like almost a week prior to the appointment. What's going on? So my doctor comes back and she says, I'm going to test this one creatine level in your blood. And if that comes back super high, then that means that your body is recovering from muscle injury from your workout. Fast forward, the number came back super high, like triple what it's supposed to be. She was like, don't do that workout again. Rest for a week. Whatever you did, don't do it that extensive again. And then come back and retest your blood in 5 to 7 just to make sure it is truly your muscles are like calming down and healing or whatever. So that has been the weird thing that went on for me this week, was just going from I'm okay, a normal doctor checkup, to my liver's failing to oh, I just hit it too hard in the gym. Look at me, pat myself on the back, but also like, don't do that ever again because your body couldn't handle that.
You're like, I'm excited, I'm working out. And then it's like, don't work out like that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Well, I am happy to hear that it's from working out and it's something that can be easily fixed by just easing up on your working out and not anything that's like, so crazy. My week wasn't as eventful or stressful, I should say. I just saw some movies. I saw Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't really watch this. I mean, I watch the Star Wars, but I don't like really watch the Star Wars. My boyfriend's into it, so um, he wanted to watch it, so I went and watched it. It was really good. I don't know. Do you watch Star Wars? Do you keep up with all the Star Wars stuff?
I'm kind of like you. I am aware of the Star Wars and I will watch some of the Star Wars. And I know who Grogu is and I know who Mando is. And I followed the first couple seasons, but I don't know them to the level that I know Marvel, or I don't know them, I don't geek out about them to the way that I geek out about like Billions or Severance or something like that. So I'm aware. And what's interesting is my fiance, he loves the original trilogy, could not give a shit less about Mando.
Yeah, that's a lot of people because there was this one older guy there that I was like, "So, how did you like the movie, sir?" He goes, "It was this. I watched the original in 1977, and this was horrible." And I'm like, "I liked it." He's just like, ugh. But I thought it was a really cute movie. And people are like, "It's not supposed to be a cute movie. It's Star Wars," and I'm like, I don't know. But then I also saw Passenger. I don't know if you've heard about that one. It's a thriller where there's like um, I guess, an evil spirit on the road, and it tries to haunt people that's driving along the road. I did a few eye rolls. I'm just like, is the movie better or worse when the person does stupid stuff? I'm like, I don't know. So, um, so yeah, I watched that, and then I watched I Love Boosters with Kiki Palmer. So you haven't heard of that one?
Love
Yeah,
Kiki Palmer. Had no idea she had a new movie out.
make me hate her. She's amazing, and so like she is like this booster. She steals from department like stores clothes, and then she sells them, right? And so it's interesting because it's like her and like a few friends that do this. And watching the previews, it was very like, oh, okay, it's about what I just said. But when you watch it, it kind of turns into something a little different without like giving away a spoiler. But it's like, I was watching it, I'm like, I was not expecting this, but it was still pretty interesting. I laughed quite a few times. There was like one part where they were playing like loud music, and the person's just like, "I can't hear you," and I'm like, "That's exactly how I feel when people play loud music and you're trying to have a conversation." Uh, but yeah, I feel like that was a good movie to watch. I just feel like you go into it with one eye and you come out like, I was not expecting that, which I guess that's good for a movie, you know, because a lot of times people complain that the previews give too much away. So the previews did not give it all away. So that was a good one. That was a good one. But that was just basically my week. But I did come across on social media. Do you know who Andrew Keegan is? I don't know if that name like sounds familiar. Well, he was like a teenage heartthrob, at least when I was growing up. He was like he was on 10 Things I Hate About You. He has dark hair. He was like on Full House. He was like on a lot of TV shows where he was like the teenage cutie pie. And so like he was, an actor, but he posted how like he gets 1 cent residual checks. And so I mean I've heard like of people getting these really low checks. They're like, it's not worth the paper they printed on. And so I was like, psh, I'll take it, just joking. But I was still like, I would cash it the way my bank account's set up. That 1 cent that adds up. But it got me thinking about like jobs that I've had that were just not even worth it. Like I was like hated these jobs. Like they were insane. I don't know. Have you ever had any jobs like that where you just kind of like, why am I here? I need to get out.
I have had one type of job like that. I still worked it until I couldn't work it anymore. But yes, I can understand the sentiment.
You're good that you worked it. See, I had one job specifically that so Liberty I used to work at Liberty Tax, and I was the person that did this and waved. I was Lady Liberty. You would wear the costume and stand out on the corner and get people to go into the tax place. And oh my goodness, when I did it because I had just moved. And I was like, oh, I just need a quick job. You know, I've always been that person that's just like, I'll work wherever. I just need a paycheck to have some income. And so I'm like, I need this quick income. Yep, I'll do it. It's cold outside, but I'm like, oh, this is like horrible. So I'm just standing out there or whatever, you know, because you can wear a coat underneath it and everything. You just put the costume right over, and I'm waving, and all of a sudden this guy walks up to me. He's like, "So are you the one that sells drugs?" And I'm like, "What? No, that is not me." And they're like, "You don't?" I was like, "No, no, no, no." So he goes away, and then there's this other person that came out. They were in another costume, and they were supposed to be waving a little further down the street. Well, they get in the car and they never come back. The whole shift, just like they were just like, well, I'm gonna because the people in the building never came out and checked on you. So they probably left and was like, well, I'm just gonna make this money and not do anything, right? And then it was like so just stressful, and I was like, people really not working. It's cold outside. Somebody thinks I sell drugs. So apparently this is a drug corner. I, like a few hours into the shift, I think it was like the lunch break, I hung up the costume and left and did not come back. To this day, they still owe me $30 for that shit. I never got paid.
And
That
that
was
is worth the paper it should be printed on. Holy crap.
yeah, that was probably my craziest job I ever had, ever. And yeah, that's the one that like sticks out as the craziest. I've had like some other ones that just weren't worth my time, but that one is icing on the cake. And like I've had temp jobs before, like I remember the temp job they gave me was for Lowe's, and I had to help like stock stuff, and I didn't even know like what to wear. I didn't even have clothes for what to wear. I wore like a polo shirt and some jeans and some tennis shoes. I was not dressed for the occasion to be working outside doing stuff. I mean, I remember the guy that was like, over us at the location to make sure we did the work and sign off that we were there. He told me, he's like, you need to be working in an office. You don't need to be doing this. I was like, you're right. Because I'm in the heat. It's hot. You got me bending down, getting stuff off the floor, crawling. I don't like this. That's when I knew I couldn't do manual labor. I tried it. I really tried it. But I was just like, nope, not for me. I don't know if you had any manual labor jobs like that or anything where you just like, mm-mm.
I don't think I've ever had one where I had to like crawl on the floor. I worked in a factory for a little over a year. And I mean, I guess you could call that manual labor. I mean, you are physically like loading and unloading things into machines and you are walking back and forth. So compared to what I do today, more manual labor, but I've never had anything where I've had to like climb up on stuff, crawl down on stuff, like scoop stuff out. Like, no, no, no. That's very fortunate that I haven't had to do that. Though, of course, no one talking down on that because you guys who do have those manual labor jobs, like you can move mountains with your lower back from everything that you do. So grateful I haven't had to do it.
Labor that say I should never be in an office. So, hey, they're just certain everybody can't do everything. It's all about what's in your wheelhouse. So, you with me, no, the standing on the corner and doing the waving thing, and I could have did that. It wasn't the job itself. It was the environment of that job. And I was like, nope, got to go. But with the whole Andrew Keegan thing, I'm like, I wonder if he ever thinks, ugh, I can't believe this is what I'm getting for that job. Like if he ever kind of like thinks back on it, or if he's kind of like, you know what, that was a nice job, even though they're giving me 1 penny. But cash that penny. Cash it. Scan it on your app. Take a picture and get that penny. It's like the penny that they give you for your bank account when they're like, oh, here's your dividend, 1 cent. I get that all the time. So take it. Take it, take it. Uh-oh, I can't hear you again. Oh no.
That was my own damn fault. I didn't unmute myself. I was just saying it's better than no sense.
Yes, because we got to have our sense. So what else is going on with you? What's up with you in your world?
Mainly just getting ready for some more travel. I'll be in your neck of the woods next week. Is it next week? It should be next week. It is next week. I'll be on both sides of your state. Next week, I've got to go to our corporate headquarters for a day. Got a big meeting coming up there that I would rather be in person for. So just, the things that you do when you get ready for travel, you're pre-packing, you're figuring out how you need to leave the house, like what chores you need to take care of before you leave the house. Um, we are getting all of Memphi's appointments scheduled and squared away for when we get back. So, like his grooming appointment, got that scheduled for the end of next month, but you got to get on our calendar, the groomer's calendar soon, or else you're not going to get a spot that works for your schedule, that type of stuff. And otherwise just trudging through with all these adult responsibilities that we wanted so much when we were kids, and here they are.
What was our problem? What was our problem? Get what you ask for, I guess. But I didn't ask to be here. ah. So just travel. You excited about to travel?
Yeah, it should be good. It's a little girls trip, like 10 days or so girl trip, with my aunts and their friends, which I consider to be my friends. So, um just gonna go down, enjoy some Florida, sorry, shoulder blade. Enjoy some Florida sunshine, hopefully get a little tan on so that way I'm pre-tanned before we go on our big trip in July to Las Vegas to see the Backstreet Boys. That'll be fun. Speaking of Las Vegas, I saw yesterday that Lisa Vanderpump was in her boutique hotel in Las Vegas. So the Cromwell is being rebranded to the Vanderpump Hotel, which you'll be there with me in July. Um, and so she was there yesterday with her little dog, and then her husband was there, which was interesting because I don't think the actual grand opening of the hotel isn't until July 11th, or I apologize, June 11th. But it looks like she was there maybe doing some press, or maybe they opened the gaming floor, which, as I understand it, and any of our TikTok or our Vegas locals scrolling through can let us know. But as I understand it, the casino itself stayed open the entire time during renovations. They just shut down the hotel, so that way they could properly renovate that, and it starts taking reservations starting June 11th. I don't know how many times I'm going to do that. June 11th. But they must have had something major done yesterday, because why else would she have been present with her little dog and her husband, taking fan photos and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. People can still go in there and gamble because they probably didn't change the casino floor. They're probably just changing the rooms for the theme of the hotel. That's what I would think.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, pretty much right. They changed some aesthetics, right? But like carpet, they changed. So Cromwell used to be like that dark, moody red, burgundy, black kind of vampy vibe. And they've changed it over to retain the black, but also keep it or add in some purple and some gold elements. So make it a little more still mysterious, but also a little more Vanderpump-esque, right? So I saw that they laid some new carpet, but they like kept the same chandeliers. To your point, they just switched out the shades. Sorry, I don't know why that took me so long to figure out the word shades for over the light bulb. And they did some paint and stuff like that. Put new felts on the tables, or at least that's what I've seen from all the photos. Haven't been there in person just yet, but the rooms are supposed to be completely different. Which you've been to the Cromwell before, you know that was I think that was our last girls trip, not our last girls trip. That was two girls trips ago when we saw Nickelback in Las Vegas. You stayed at Cromwell, so the room should be completely different, except for the bathroom. I think they kept the same tiling in the bathroom, or at least it looks like they did.
Which I know the bathroom being very risque, meaning we had to make sure the light was on or off or something. Otherwise, you would see the person showering in the bed. Like you'll be in the bedroom and be like, "Oh, they're taking a shower because I see them through the." That is what I remember from that hotel. And you were like, "Make sure you do this with the light, otherwise we'll see you."
Yes. Yes, I'm hoping Lisa Vanderpump was like, "Oh, that's a bit too much for me. Let's put some extra frosting on the glass or something." I don't really know what they would have done. I mean, I guess they could have completely taken out that glass and re drywalled it. Although I can't imagine. I don't know. I mean, I guess they could have. We'll know soon enough. We'll know in what is it like? I'll tell you how long it is. I think it's like 60 some days. It's in my app. I saw it the other day. I was clicking around there for to prepare for Florida, looking for something else, and it said how many days away that reservation was. And I still need to follow up with a friend, our other friend that's going with us, to see if they got their inbound flight, repurchased since they were impacted by the Spirit Airlines closure.
Yes, yes, yes. To know when. Yeah, I was like, I was gonna book Spirit originally, but they no longer did flights from location to Vegas. So I was like, well, yes, I'm not doing them. And but I found perfect flight. That's all good, and I'm excited. We'll see how it looks because yeah, those showers were good for like couple romantic getaways, but like those trips, you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, but still, it's like, you don't want to be like, oh, you're showering because you're naked and I see your silhouette. Okay. I don't want to I don't need to see your method of showering.
Right. I trust that you know how to get clean. I don't need to see the crevices.
Right. It's like there's certain things between friends that are better, less mysterious. Like I know you shower, but I don't need to see how you get all in there. So
Mm.
as long as we know how to reduce that, that's all that matters. Yes.
Yes. Speaking of that trip, you are going to have a whirlwind of that trip because doesn't it end up being for you? I think it's more than a 2 day trip for you, but it doesn't mean that you have to compress all of your adventures into like 2 full days.
Yeah, because what? I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Yeah, I think I get there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, but yeah, it's possible because it's like I know there's the Backstreet Boys, and then that's the main event, and then seeing like other things, and because I'll have family there, so I'll see them one or two times while there because they're there for like a convention. So whatever they're doing, probably one of the evenings or another of the mornings or something. I'll see them And then it's just, but hey, and then it's like, depending on what we're doing, maybe you'll hang out with my family too, because hey, it's not like we're exclusive. It's Vegas. All are welcome. It'll be a fun time though. I gotta get me a $30 drink somewhere, I guess, because it's Vegas.
It's not going to be hard.
But if I get a $30 drink, no, go ahead. It's not gonna be hard because what?
No, I was going to say it's not going to be hard because some of the more foofy drinks are absolutely every bit of $30. Did you? I know you saw it, but will you describe for our audio only listeners who are listening to the recap the drink that I sent you the other day that was like a fucking fishbowl?
I forgot what it looks like, but I remember you
It
sent it.
It was every bit as big as a small fishbowl, and it looked like it had a tree growing out of it with like cotton candy around it, and then they poured something on it to make it all smoky. And I didn't even watch the entirety of the social media post. I saw it, I watched maybe 3 seconds, immediately sent it to you, and your response was, "That's $100 drink."
Was it? Was it a
I
hundred
have no
dollars?
idea, but I could see that. I could see that being the case. I'm gonna look it up right now so I could put it on the screen. But I could see that being the case.
Yeah, because my thing is that I'll pay the $30 for a drink, but I want it to be like worth the $30. You know, I don't want to just pay $30 for a margarita. Oh, yep, that was it. I remember. Yep. And then it's probably like one shot of liquor in there, and the rest is juice.
Someone in the comments of this, and again, I have not verified it. Someone in the comments of this said it was $105.50. I will look it up to confirm if that is the case, but woof.
Yes, because drinks in Vegas are just so expensive for no reason, but other than it's Vegas. So, but there are some in Vegas, even on the strip. You just have to not basically don't go in any hotels because a lot of those are just expensive when you get to like their restaurants. They're like, oh, you're in our restaurant. So, especially if it's a rooftop restaurant. Do you remember Mandalay Bay? And I was like, look, and I did the $40, and it was like $38 or something. I was like, yeah,
Fast forward 2 days, we went to Drag Race, watched the show. You got us two Pepsis, two bottles of Pepsi, and it was $42. And we were like, $40.
like, oh my goodness, like, it's like I just want to try to be illegal and just be like, let me put a little mini in my purse and just be like, bloop.
I
Okay.
mean, I am all about having the little 50 mils in the room so that way you can pregame and minimize your spend. So you still get your content because content and memories are important, but not as reliant.
Buy 30. You don't have to buy five $30 drinks because you're trying to get the feeling of vacation drinks. But I tell you, there was one vacation that I went on in Vegas where we bought a drink in one of those really tall cups that they give at all kinds of places. And so we bought the drink, but when we went back to the room, we had some fruit in the room and some liquor in the room and some juice. So we like refilled it up with some juice and some liquor and the fruit and everything. And we're because why go buy another drink when we have drinks in the room? So now we're walking down the strip with these really tall cups that we bought from somewhere else with our own made drinks. So many people were like, oh, where did you get that? Where did you get that? It was our room. We were just like, well, we got the cup from this, but we made it ourselves. So they were like, oh, like so many people wanted it, and they were like, well, you can't get it,
You should
but
have been like $40 and I will go make you a custom one.
$40. You just need to give me the cup. And I bought it. But yes, that was fun. Um, are you ready for our game?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I mess this up every time, so I'm probably going to end up asking every time. Are we explaining our answers or no? Just saying our answers, counting to three, and then someone rattling off another question.
Whatever the feeling is, if you're like, I have to say it, let's just say it.
Okay.
Let's just have the so we feel good about it. And then yeah. You have 10?
I have 14 just in case we had any overlap because we do not, for our listeners, we do not share our questions ahead of time for maximum impact.
Okay. I do. So all of mine are about work. I have a theme today.
Okay.
So all about like work. And then I'll start. Let me go to this. So, number one, would you rather always have to work on your birthday or New Year's Eve?
Birthday. My birthday's in the middle of winter. No one cares.
You're like, I care.
That's right. Would you rather lose your dating history or your friend history?
Oh, history. Goodbye. Would you rather work for a giant, prestigious company where no one knows your name or at a tiny startup where you have to do everything?
That is a really tough question. And in today's economy, there would be more stability working for the tiny company where you did everything. You'd probably get purchased and then you could have a little more freedom, but with a bigger company, my perspective right now, based upon today's economy, with a bigger company, you got a greater chance of getting laid off.
Okay.
Would you rather always say exactly what you're thinking? Absolutely no editing, no pause, no filter, just brain to mouth, or never speak your mind again? You'll still say words, you'll still talk, but you'll never be able to give your actual thoughts on a topic ever again.
Hmm. I would be talking about a lot of people's cleavage. You know what? I would probably say I'd rather not have the filter because I would still compliment people. I mean, that I might say some things that are very inappropriate. At least I would get it out, and it might be a good conversation starter. Yeah, that would be okay. Um, would you rather have your work desk right next to the microwave or the bathroom?
Bathroom. Bathroom. 10 toes down, bathroom. Bathroom. I don't want to gross out our viewers, but absolutely bathroom. Very passionate about this one.
No, it's funny though. I know it's not my turn, but where we both worked, I was by the microwave and the bathroom. So it was like, yeah, because we had a microwave right next to the bathroom, and there was a microwave we put over there, and it was like high traffic, like crazy. You know,
This
people going
was
to the bathroom, and people coming to microwave their food, and you smell what they're cooking all the time.
was this
Yeah.
back in the indie days, or am I thinking about the Tampa office?
Yeah, and it was
Okay.
the 2 floors. Yeah,
Okay.
and I was
Okay.
floor,
All right. Because I was envisioning the Tampa office and I was like,
3 floors. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, and I was on the second floor. Or was there 2 floors or 3 floors?
You're right. There were 3 floors.
Three. Yeah,
Hmm.
because the break room was on the floor, and the first. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, sorry. No,
No.
I'm just reminiscing. Yeah, yeah. I just when I wrote that question, I was like,
Yes. All right. Would you rather have everyone think that you're rich when you're actually broke, or everyone thinks you're broke, but you're actually the most comfortable, financially comfortable you've ever been?
well, I'm living the first one. It would be the second one. I would love to have it, and people just be like, "Oh, she ain't got nothing." Okay.
You would never have to worry about anyone sticking their hand out for anything because they'd be like, you don't have anything to give.
Exactly. And I'm living the first one out. People are like, how do you always go on vacation? If you want it, you make it happen. That's why I'm broke. Yeah. I'm like, it's not coming with me when I'm gone, so I'm using it now. Why not? Why not?
If not now, when?
When? Yep, yep, yep. All right. So, would you rather accidentally send your personal search history to your boss or send a sent text to your entire team?
What type of text am I sending?
Venting about like work and them.
Oh, no. My boss would get a chuckle out of my search history, but I could get fired if I sent a venting text out. It's so funny. We had a similar situation not too long ago. It wasn't my text, it wasn't whatever. We had a similar situation and it was a whole thing. No, we're not doing that again. My boss can go through. My boss has a good sense of humor. He can go through my search history. He's just going to want to know why I'm always looking at buying stuff. He be he will be a good sport about it. Okay, here's a dilemma that is near and dear to my heart. Would you rather have perfect complexion or perfect hair?
Hmm. It is a you question. Um, Hair. Because like I swear when I do my braids, it's like sometimes my hair is so curly and it gets so frizzy that the curls come out of the braid and it's like, ugh, stop it. Or just my curls just never fall in the right space unless it's an accident and I have nowhere to go. So the hair.
That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, while we're talking about your hair, and I don't know if you've made the decision yet how you're wearing your hair in Vegas, but how you wore your hair in Vegas for was it our last trip? I think it was our last trip, not our. First of all, your hair is beautiful all the time, but I particularly thought the box braids were beautiful on you, and I think that was our last trip, our last short adventure. It was like in the fall time, whatever. Those were beautiful on you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's my turn. Would you rather always have to present your project via choreographed dance or a dramatic uh, poetry reading?
I'm going to say dance for two reasons. One, I got a lot of projects, so I would have a lot of dancing, which is a lot of fitness, which means I'm skinny all the time, right? That's how my mind works. Also, Also, people might actually pay attention and read the email with the details if there's a little dance involved. Get on my soapbox here about reading your emails. Like, just read your emails. It's not being sent to you unless it impacts you. So just read your emails, because at the end of the day, at the end of the freaking day, reading your emails is a part of your job description, whether it's expressly written in that or not. Sorry. On my soapbox, read your fucking emails.
Read emails.
Read your emails, people. Oh, okay. Would you rather have to share your location with your mom forever? It's never getting shut off. It's never whatever. Or your ex forever?
Oh, my mom. I share it now, and I make her share hers. There was one day she accidentally unshared it, and she texted me like, "Oh, I accidentally unshared it. How do you share it back? I'm so sorry." I was like, because I would have been like, "Why can't I see your?"
Mm-hmm.
I text on her every now and again, be like, "I see where you are." Okay.
Uh-huh. I know who you're with because I have other locations.
So definitely that one. Would you rather have a job where you have to travel to a different country every week? That's a lot of travel, and it's the country, so it's like long hours, or a job where you work from home but you never get to travel.
I specifically never get to travel for work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to pick that one because that's not far off from what I have today. My job is very generous. It does let me, when I do need to be at a specific place for specific education or whatever the case may be, my boss is really cool about it. But ultimately, my job doesn't have any travel requirements. So that's not different than what I have today, a remote job where I do not have to travel. Like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't have to travel on behalf of the company as a part of my requirement. So that's not far off. But if your question was like, you're working from home, you're remote, but you could never ever travel again for personal whatever, I would have been like, well, I guess we're going to another country, and I guess you're like, I'm getting swabbed every which way from Sunday as soon as I step back into the country, because never not traveling or never being able to travel is not an option. Kind of like what we said earlier, right? If not now, when? Oh, goodness. All right. Well, here's one. This one I put back on our list. We've kind of asked a similar version of it before, and it got a lot of traction last week, even though it was something that came from our first podcast episode. So I'm bringing it back. I'm curious. Would you rather marry for chemistry or for stability?
Okay, so it's not about poop. I thought it was going to be about poop.
It's not about poop. It's not about poop. I have a couple gross ones, but I'm winding them down.
Stability or chemistry? Um, Probably more stability. Yeah, I would choose stability for sure.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
If you broke and can't do anything, what's the point?
Don't they say like financial conversations are like one of the leading causes or leading frustrations in a relationship or whatever? So, I mean, stability means that you may not have to have that argument. You may be arguing about other things.
Chemistry will come. It's fine. Okay, so I think this is a tough one, or maybe it might not be, but I think it might be tough. Would you rather have a team of brilliant jerks or a team of incredibly nice people, but they are terrible at their job?
You can coach both, as you know, being a trainer, you can coach both. There's lots of wood to chop there. Um
Which would you want to?
Oh gosh, I guess you can coach niceness into someone and tone into someone. As someone, to be clear, I was the brilliant jerk when I started in this industry. My tone was too sharp, and I had many conversations from my leadership about reining in my tone. And I would argue to this day, if it wasn't for Copilot, my tone would still be a little sharp. So I'm going to say brilliant jerk because you can coach someone's tone back. You can't if a person doesn't actually have any motivation or any desire to do the job whatsoever, you're going to be pushing a big boulder up a big hill, right? It may not be the role for them.
You may be doing the work.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Very true. Okay, now you called it out about poop questions, so I have poop questions.
You're like, oh, I got you.
Would you would you rather have explosive diarrhea while stuck in traffic, or be trapped in an elevator with someone who is having explosive diarrhea?
Oh, either I could, you know what? The first one, be stuck in traffic, because then there's gonna be added to it,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, get out of it. You're in yeah, at least in the traffic. If it's like worst case scenario, you get out of the car and you run somewhere. So yeah, it'll be that one for sure.
You
All right.
know when your own body is done. You don't know when that other body is going to be done. So,
Yeah. Like, and how do you console someone when you're grossed out and you're like,
mhm.
um, okay. Would you rather have unlimited lunch every day at work, or at the end of the year get a $5,000 bonus?
Bonus. If my boss ever sees this, if HR ever sees this, first of all, this was not recorded on company time. Second of all, bonus.
Give me my money. Isn't that the sound that's like, give me my money? You know what I'm talking about?
Menthe needs Tritos.
Everything for the baby.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you rather? We left all the gross questions for the end, Diva. So here we are. Would you rather sneeze every time you lie? Every little lie, even if it's just a fib. Sneeze every time you lie, or fart every time you're attracted to someone.
Ugh. Sneeze. I rather sneeze every time I lie.
I agree.
I can I can control that one. Would you rather wake up every day for a job at 4 a.m. or get off every day at a job at 4 a.m.?
Woof. I can already hear my aunt laughing before you even finished this question when you said get up at 4 a.m. because she would have been like, not that one, because she likes her sleep, not that one. So I guess not that one. I guess I'm getting off work at 4 a.m. And then I'm gonna try your melatonin and ZQL thing and just crash for the next 19 hours.
What's up, man? That combination is lethal, but you sleep so good and they're like done. Yeah. Even if you can't sleep, I like if I'm like having a night where I'm like wide awake, take those two, and then like within 45 minutes I'm like out, done. I'm happy you enjoyed it. Happy you enjoyed it.
2 thumbs up on that one. All right. Would you rather throw up in an Uber or fart loudly in complete silence in an in office meeting?
Oh my. I had a time where I had to even pull over so I could throw up. Does that count?
I think that counts. Yeah, I think that counts.
Yeah. You can say, "Hey, can you pull over so I can do that?" And he did. He was so nice. I was like, "Thank you so much," because I don't want to have to pay a cleaning fee. But I needed to get home safe. And so, yep, he sure did. He was so nice. Yeah, I don't think I would want to be in complete silence and fart anywhere.
I
I
am
know we
not
all live.
clever. I'm not clever enough to be able to pass that off really quickly and be like, "Oh, you guys hear that exhaust vent? What was that?"
Nope, 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 nope. And then the last one is really easy. I feel like this is a conversation people have all the time about work. Would you rather do the 410 shift or the traditional 5/8?
Ooh, 410s only because that's what my fiance does now. He always has a 3 day weekend that has helped so much when scheduling like real world stuff, like Memphi appointments and stuff like that. But I will say, I feel like society in general is really set up to only really honor the traditional 5/8s. Like, I don't know how people work third shift this day and age, because the world is not set up for you to get off work overnight and then take care of yourself, right? Like you're really boxed in. So I really think the world is set up for those traditional 5/8s people. But you could make it work with the 410s, and I picked the 410. So I always have 19 hours to be able to take melatonin and ZQL and get all my sleep back.
And there you go. You're like, yes. And then you have one more for me?
I have one more for you. One more for you. Would you rather have unlimited money but no love life? No love life whatsoever. No hookups, no flirting, no match apps, no nothing. You cannot scratch the affection itch whatsoever. Or you have your soulmate, but you're always on the struggle bus.
Oh, Lord. No flirting either?
No flirt, no way to scratch it. The closest thing that you got to affection is like your platonic friendship. So, like your Belle and your mom and your family and stuff like that.
Money. Still money. I feel like no matter how you word it, I always choose the money. I think it's about to have me do the little button thing. Yep, here it is. The little puzzle. You've been inactive. What do you expect me to do, TikTok, when I'm on a live? Hit the buttons and go beep boop beep boop beep boop. Okay, I'm back.
It's so interesting to me that it does that because I know I'm going to get mine in a few seconds too. That's how it always works. And I am actively sitting over here and muting and unmuting myself to keep the audio like on the back end for editing nice and clean. And I'm like, how much more active do I need to be? I'm moving around in frame. I'm pressing buttons. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm inactive? It's wild.
Yeah, but anywho. But yeah, no matter how you word it, I feel like I'm always like money over love. So what's so funny? I don't know if I told you this or not, but my boyfriend's son was like, "Would you guys choose money or love?" And he like gave like $10 million or something. He's like, "Would you choose $10 million or love?" And me and my boyfriend said $10 million. We were like, "Bump, give me the money," because man, times is tough. But
Gas is
yeah,
$5 a gallon out here. I'm gonna need something to be able to get my ass to the store.
that is. And it's even because I asked my team that's in Central America. I was like, "How much do y'all pay for gas?" I'm being nosy, and it's the same there. You know, in El Salvador, it's like 4.70 a gallon. In Guatemala, it's like 4.50 a gallon, something like that. So it's like the same thing that it is here. And I was like, really?
Don't they have all the oil too? Isn't that why America went down there? Was to I know we went to Venezuela, but isn't that why we're down there in the first place? Is because they have oil. So why do they have to pay so much?
I don't know. I guess because it's still part of America, maybe. So it's like, you all get the same prices. But I don't know. I'm not
There's
sure.
gonna be there's gonna be that one socioeconomic expert in the replay that's gonna leave like a dissertation in the chat about why it is and why I'm wrong and why I've described that wrong. And I cannot wait to read that comment to better understand.
Yeah, we don't know. So educate us because we don't know. Because I'm like, hey, why? I was like, what do you mean y'all got to pay $4.50 for gas? Yeah, the only thing was our diesel was higher. I was like, yeah, our diesel was like over $5 for diesel. And the person in Guatemala was like, oh, we have like some sort of they described it basically like a tax break or something for diesel, so that's why their diesel isn't as high. But otherwise, it probably wouldn't be if they didn't. So, but woohoo! We are like making our time very well. The only reason we're after 8 is because of the fact that we have a rough start. But if it wasn't for that, our time was like on point. Woohoo! I'm so proud of us. We're getting so much better with this. So we talked about like jobs, our job stories, and how Andrew Keegan does not want a penny. He's like, I don't want that penny. It's not worth it. But hey, Andrew Keegan, if you see this so happen, send me the penny. I'll take it. Okay? Because the way my bank account is set up, I need it. So we also talked about a little preview to our Vegas plans. So probably in a few months, you'll see some content from both of us from there. And I can't wait to film our video, the one that I told you about where I'm going to need to FaceTime you to get the beginning of it. It's going to be so much fun. As well as just other trips that you had, that you are planning and had as well. And of course, I have to bring up, read your emails. Because KJ said that's her thing. If she sends it, read it. Just saying. So, when is the next time they will see us, KJ?
That is a great question. The next episode of the Two Gals podcast live here on TikTok will be next Tuesday, June 2nd at 7 p.m. And of course, if you were not able to catch the entirety of episode 4, today's podcast of today's cast of the Two Gals podcast, you can find the replays on the Two Gals podcast YouTube channel. That is Two Gals Pod on YouTube. If you want more Diva and you want more Diva, you can find her on Instagram at _Diva_show and here on TikTok at _Diva show. And if you're looking for just a skosh more KJ certified, you can find me on YouTube at officially KJ certified or on here on TikTok at just KJ certified.
Awesome. I hope that when I was pointing at you that I'm not flip-flopped on your screen, because otherwise it's flip-flopped.
You're absolutely flip-flopped. It's okay. It's okay. It can all be fixed in the edit.
Oh, good. Because I'm sitting here like, and I'm like, wait, I bet I'm on the other side. So I'm like pointing like, oh, I should have did this.
It's okay. The great thing is you were pointing right at where I have our notes or my notes to make sure I get our handles correctly. So when you were pointing at it, you were literally pointing right at your own. So I read it correctly. So that was fantastic.
Awesome. Sometimes things happen the way they need to happen. So thanks so much for sharing all of that, KJ. Thank you so much, everyone that tuned in. And we so appreciate you. And KJ, love you to pieces. Yeah, what do the kids do now? I don't even know how they do it. What do they be doing? This one? I don't know. I just do this. Is this? How did you do it?
Sorry. Middle finger makes the top of the heart. Pointer fingers make the bottom part of the heart.
Oh no, that don't even
Yeah.
feel right.
Because I'm
And
like,
then
what do
we
you do with your thumbs?
other fingers. Like that looks like a crab. It looks like a crab right now.
Well, maybe the younger generation all has crabs. Who knows? Maybe that's why they do it. They're just signaling to one another.
Well, I'll stay like this. Odie but goodie. My girl. Well, thank you for spending an hour with me.
Thank you. We'll see everyone next week, Tuesday. Bye.